Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
A sign posted in a public place as an advertisement. A poster advertised the coming attractions. A horse kept at an inn or post house for use by mail carriers or for rent to travelers. Someone who pastes up bills or placards on walls or billboards. A statute in draft before it becomes law. They held a public hearing on the bill. Publicize or announce by placards. A piece of paper money, especially one issued by a central bank. An itemized statement of money owed for goods shipped or services rendered. He paid his bill and left. A sign posted in a public place as an advertisement. Demand payment. We were billed for 4 nights in the hotel, although we stayed only 3 nights. Horny projecting mouth of a bird. An advertisement, usually printed on a page or in a leaflet, intended for wide distribution. A brim that projects to the front to shade the eyes. He pulled down the bill of his cap and trudged ahead. A cutting tool with a sharp edge. He used a bill to prune branches off of the tree. Advertise especially by posters or placards. He was billed as the greatest tenor since Caruso. A list of particulars, as a playbill or bill of fare. The entertainment offered at a public presentation. A list of dishes available at a restaurant. A printed or written greeting that is left to indicate that you have visited. A sign posted in a public place as an advertisement. Golf. A record of scores, as in golf. You have to turn in your card to get a handicap. A witty, amusing person who makes jokes. Baseball. A list of batters in the order in which they will bat. The managers presented their cards to the umpire at home plate. Separate the fibers of. A printed circuit that can be inserted into expansion slots in a computer to increase the computer's capabilities. A card certifying the identity of the bearer. He had to show his card to get in. A rectangular piece of stiff paper used to send messages, may have printed greetings or pictures. They sent us a card from Miami. Ask someone for identification to determine whether he or she is old enough to consume liquor. I was carded when I tried to buy a beer. One of a set of small pieces of stiff paper marked in various ways and used for playing games or for telling fortunes. He collected cards and traded them with the other boys. Thin cardboard, usually rectangular. Make or write a comment on. Discover or determine the existence, presence, or fact of. A sign posted in a public place as an advertisement. A request for payment. The act of noticing or paying attention. He escaped the notice of the police. Express recognition of the presence or existence of, or acquaintance with. Notice or perceive. Advance notification, usually written, of the intention to withdraw from an arrangement of contract. We received a notice to vacate the premises. An announcement containing information about an event. You didn't give me enough notice. A short critical review. The play received good notices. Polite or favorable attention. His hard work soon attracted the teacher's notice. Publicize or announce by placards. A sign posted in a public place as an advertisement. Post in a public place. The transmission of a letter. A sign posted in a public place as an advertisement. Bookkeeping. A listing on the company's records. The posting was made in the cash account. A horse kept at an inn or post house for use by mail carriers or for rent to travelers. A horse kept at an inn or post house for use by mail carriers or for rent to travelers. Someone who pastes up bills or placards on walls or billboards. Someone who pastes up bills or placards on walls or billboards. Structure displaying a board on which advertisements can be posted. The highway was lined with signboards. A perceptible indication of something not immediately apparent, as a visible clue that something has happened. He showed signs of strain. Mark with one signature. Write one's name, on. She signed the letter and sent it off. Make the sign of the cross over someone in order to call on God for protection. Consecrate. Any nonverbal action or gesture that encodes a message. Signals from the boat suddenly stopped. Engage by written agreement. They signed 2 new pitchers for the next season. Used of the language of the deaf. An event that is experienced as indicating important things to come. It was a sign from God. Approve and express assent, responsibility, or obligation. Have you signed your contract yet? Communicate silently and non-verbally by signals or signs. He signed his disapproval with a dismissive hand gesture. Astrology. One of 12 equal areas into which the zodiac is divided. Having an indicated pole, as the distinction between positive and negative electric charges. Charges of opposite sign. A character indicating a relation between quantities. Don't forget the minus sign. A fundamental linguistic unit linking a signifier to that which is signified. The bond between the signifier and the signified is arbitrary. A gesture that is part of a sign language. A public display of a message. He posted signs in all the shop windows. Be engaged by a written agreement. He signed to play the casino on December 18. Communicate in sign language. I don't know how to sign, so I could not communicate with my deaf cousin. Medicine. Any objective evidence of the presence of a disorder or disease. There were no signs of asphyxiation. Place signs, as along a road. Sign an intersection. A chessman shaped to resemble the head of a horse can move 2 squares horizontally and 1 vertically, or vice versa. Troops trained to fight on horseback. 500 horse led the attack. A framework for holding wood that is being sawed. A padded gymnastic apparatus on legs. Solid-hoofed herbivorous quadruped domesticated since prehistoric times. Provide with a horse or horses. Solid-hoofed herbivorous quadruped domesticated since prehistoric times. A member of the working class, not necessarily employed. Workers of the world, unite. A person who acts and gets things done. He's a miracle worker. A person who works at a specific occupation. He is a good worker. Sterile member of a colony of social insects that forages for food and cares for the larva. A poster advertising a show or play. A poster advertising a show or play. A poster advertising a show or play. A card with words or numbers or pictures that is flashed to a class by the teacher. A card with words or numbers or pictures that is flashed to a class by the teacher.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.